This is your boy Tay back again with another project of Mike. Hope y'all are doing well. And hopefully everything is fixed now, but yes. And let's bring him in the main screen. So again, I want to get a shout out for the people out there. I'm in North Carolina. Like I said, hopefully that a lot of there's a storm. My heart goes out and prayers go out for everybody that got messed up by the Hurricane Debbie, and hopefully there's not many storms going, stuff happening right now. But hopefully everybody's doing well. I know, like I said, I had a couple of tornado warnings and stuff like that. So again, be safe out there. Be safe out there. I hope everything is going good. So again, just try this again. So remember, this is your boy Project Over Mike. Thank you for joining us here to give us your mind, your eyes, your mind, your ear. We're gonna be talking about some topics again. That's kind of a little crazy, a little cringy, but we have to talk about it because it needs to be talked about. And again, remember, if you got any place to have a description, there's a tree link in the bottom. You could click on stuff. Again, you could listen to your boy on all major podcast platforms and also video platforms worldwide, because this show is broadcast worldwide. And again, thank you all for joining back in. We got 5,228 people joining in right now. I apologize for the little hiccup before. So again, remember, you will get it on Facebook, which is giving me problems right now. But you'll see the podcast. If, like I said, if anytime you see this this right here, you're in your right spot. But again, if anything happens, like, because we're in a tornado watch right now, like I said, a tornado out where I'm at. So if it disconnected just because the power might got off, just letting you know that. But we'll be safe. We'll be all right. But anyway, again, you'll be Facebook, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Tempo FM, Live Now, Nico in Japan. We are live worldwide. So again, thank you for giving me your time on this. So tonight's show, we're going to be talking about a little bit more about the Olympics. We're going to get into a little bit more about it, and then again, we have a couple stuff that needs to be pivoted, of course, because it needs to be pivoted because it's just so much craziness happening right now. So also, we're going to be talking about some we're going to talk about more other than that, some more other than the World Olympics, of course. So bear with me for a second while I get my set back up for stuff. And I apologize for that, because like I said, I had everything ready to go, and of course, as I said, I had to. Basically, what happened was I'm a one-man show. It started off. I got an update just before doing
the opening ceremony.
This. I had an upthink. So again, and I apologize for any drop rates or whatever. I can't do nothing about that. That's mostly the internet. I have fast internet, but because of what's going on, like I said, with storms and stuff that we have right now, it is a little more. It's a little more harder. So yeah, I apologize for that. Like I said, I have to get all my videos I was gonna get back up. I just wanted to get the stream back up in time so we can talk about this situation.
Well, tonight on the podcast.
So let me go about here. Okay. All right. So again, I apologize for the professionalness right now, because again, it's just I got caught off with the update that kind of made it my mic. Shout outs to my wife, and also Triple M if he's in there, for telling me about the stuff. And yeah, thank you very much about that. So tonight, last week I already gave you a what literally is the pain in the butt of the Olympics, and I'm gonna use somebody. I'm gonna go a little bit more deeper into that a little bit more. Cause it needs. I need to. We do need to talk about it. Not only the opening was, as we saw, was basically that. I would like to talk about also. I don't know if I will get that out of the video, but you know, for all those who get, like I said, it's crazy. This is going on right there, and I could get down deeper. I feel I want to shout out and feel bad that Shelly Ann from Jamaica did make the run against Shikari Richards, and it's because of some bull crap. But Olympics once again, I mean, the Olympics have been literally a storm with nonsense, and it just crazy how they get away with a lot of they get away with a lot of stuff. That's the best way I could play it as. They get away with a lot of stuff because it is not cool that Shelly Ann didn't have to get a chance because this was her last Olympics. She could have made it, but they didn't want to. They changed the rules mid before she could run, and that was crazy that they did that to her because everybody wanted to see Shakara Richards, who got silver, who didn't got silver in her run, but they wanted to see her versus Shelly Ann to run, and that was just again the rules to change the rules right there the last second was stupid, and it was most uncomfortable that the way they wanted people to put up. So it is crazy that happened. So very uncool how they did that. It really was, and I can't believe that again the Olympics becoming an S show. And also, there was another thing that happened at Olympics that was kind of weird. You know, I'm sorry that this happened to Serena Williams, but a lot of people didn't recognize her because for some reason, and I don't know why she did this. And I'm not knocking her. I'm not acting her. She's like lighting her skin and just looks a little different from the Serena Williams. I met Serena Williams in real life, and she doesn't look like the Serena Williams I remember when I met her in real life. She lighting her skin and doing all this stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why that, but it's weird. I mean, Venus looks more like what she was, but you're what it is. Great athlete, but she did get unfortunate. But the problem was, it was not a it was not a racist thing. And don't get me twisted. Y'all think America is racist? Oh man, you go France. A lot of Europe countries are still crazy. That France is one of them. They remember they had a part when they were throwing bananas at the African football players because of that. So yeah, they're pretty bad themselves. So I don't want to hear the nonsense about people talking about, oh yeah, no, there are places in the world that's super racist, but people just don't want to they don't want to thing that. That's just so crazy. They don't want to call it out. So I don't get it. And like I said, France gets over a lot of stuff, which is kind of unfair that they do that. But again, that story is when you lead more, you learn more of the stories. Like, okay, all right, it's not exactly what they said it is, so you can understand that. So understandable with that. So I feel bad for those two people for what's going on, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, so we're gonna go back into, like I said, the Olympics, talk about stuff, and then just go from there. Cause it's just we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about also Tim, who's Kamala Harris's vice president, running mate. That is his own. You talk about weird. That's gonna be his own thing that needs to talk about. And then we're gonna talk about another part that I'm not agreeing upon when I said how you know how Kamala Harris get away with some certain stuff, but it's just crazy. So let's get back into it. And then looking at this right now. I'm sorry for my people on Facebook. Yeah, my app, they look like the Facebook is not working with me well. So again, go to the, you see down there, go to YouTube, that project Open Mic, or again you go to Spotify and all the other places where you can. I'll just put it up as a video from YouTube on Facebook when the time comes, but I apologize for that since they don't want to. They look like they don't want to work with me, doing exactly what they want me to do, and it always annoys me how the hoops you gotta jump through for certain things. So apologize for that. All right. Let me bring up.
At the Olympics be like? Oh my God! Oh, geez, oh my God! Boxing at the Olympics be like? The Olympics be like?
Hell yeah! I won! I'm a strong woman!
And who would have thought South Park got it right once again? Literally got it right. You can't make this up. I'm a strong woman. Yep. Macho Manny Savage as a strong woman.
Believe it or not, that was a pretty accurate representation of the 2024 Olympics. I mean, for
Yes.
real. Who needs South Park when real life is this ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
Hello, everyone. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If this is your second, third, fourth time watching one of my videos and you're not yet subscribed, we already go together. Okay, make it official and hit that subscribe button. And for those of you who have hit that subscribe button, I just want to say thank you. I finally got my plaque for passing 100,000 subscribers. I'm almost at 200,000. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. But this video is not about me. This video is about the crazy ass 2024 Paris Olympics. By now, I think we have all seen the opening ceremony at the Olympics, which featured a bunch of drag queens mocking the painting of Jesus in the Last Supper. And if you haven't seen it, well, you can't watch it on YouTube anymore because they have blocked it in most countries.
Are we surprised by that?
What?
I don't think we are surprised by that. This is YouTube who does stuff, and Facebook and everything. And it looked like Facebook is already back to this shenanigans again, which I showed last week of trying to take things away, which is weird, but whatever.
They have tried their best to take it off of social media, but it has been reposted everywhere. We have all seen it, and most importantly, God has seen it. Did you know the day after the opening ceremony in Paris, there was a power outage in Paris? Some call it coincidence, I call it God. The opening ceremony not only featured the drag queens mocking the Last Supper with a child stuck in there for additional shock value, but it also featured other questionable imagery, like a bunch of women with their heads cut off singing from the window of a building with fire shooting out in front of it.
Now that one is, I know that's Mary Antoinette, because they off with her head, that kind of situation. That's what they did at the fire part. Yeah, Weird.
Or the woman riding a white horse, which many people interpreted as the pale horse from the book of Revelation. Quote, "And I looked, and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth." The ceremony also featured Celine Dion, who, in case you didn't know, has a gender-neutral clothing line for children that
This is getting crazy.
features heartwarming messages on them, like New Order.
Oh, I missed our bed.
And this morning, we've got troubling reports.
So we got now New Order. Just it basically just got new, but it's just weird that it is. That's what it is right now. It's crazy. It's more cringe. Really, it is.
Wow, what a waste. The poor children.
I'm telling you, it's just craziness happening right now.
She meant. Oh, and Snoop Dogg even made an appearance at the Olympics wearing a chain with a Baphomet on it. He wants to gaslight us and tell us it was just a regular goat. No, sir, you are wearing a Baphomet chain. And for those of you who do not know, Baphomet is a transgender demon that is worshipped by occultists and the Freemasons. What in the Illuminati is going on here? In my opinion, the Olympics performed a ritual that was broadcasted live to the masses, and it's not the first time the Olympics has done some weird shit like this. Just look at the opening ceremony of the 2012 Olympics that took place in London.
Scary demons spreading like a virus. Zombie-like healthcare workers. Terrified children. Death.
What the actual?
What? What the fuck?
What I gotta do with Olympics? I don't get it. I mean, how about we just sports? Let's like do sports stuff.
Why show the NHS? Why
Can't
are the
make this up.
subliminal messages during the closing ceremony about
Look
anger,
back at anger.
death, rage,
Rage against the dying of life.
and the end of the world?
This is the way the world
Can anybody
ends.
please explain to us what any of this has to do with sports? With the
Nothing.
Olympic Games? Who could have known back then that their so-called artistic show was actually an appalling glimpse into our future?
And people will
Exactly.
still say that predictive programming isn't real. You know, it is interesting that they have no issues showing such dark and demonic imagery in their ceremonies, but when one of the competitors had a surfboard with Jesus on it, they banned him from using it. They claimed that they have strict rules and they
They banned him.
You serious?
focus on neutrality. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
All of that is a lot of controversy, but there's even more BS that went down at the Olympics. Just take a look at this clip. They are booing this guy, Dutch volleyball player Steven van de Velde. Steven was allowed to represent his country at the Olympics despite being convicted of raping a 12-year-old girl.
Guy comes out and they start booing him, and I'm like, oh, he must be a bat, like, I don't know, just like one of the villains of it. And then
no.
I
He's a
look
horrible
him up.
person.
He's a convicted child rape, and they're still letting him play in the Olympics. And he raped a 12-year-old girl. He admitted it on the stand. He fully went to prison for a year, got tried for 4 years, convicted child therapist, and they're letting him play in the Olympics. They're giving him special treatment where he doesn't have to stay with any of the other athletes, and he doesn't have to do any press after. So they bring him in a secret door, let him play, and then they take him out, and then he continues to get to play. On trial, he goes on stand and says, yes, I did it. I booked a flight that morning and I left that afternoon. I had sex with her. Then I came back and it was just a really bad decision that I made in my life.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
This is the Olympics now. Like, I remember when I was young, and I used to watch the Dream Team and all that stuff, and I used to watch the Olympics and stuff like that. Like, I ain't watched the Olympics from since maybe, like she said, 2012, 2008. I don't watch the Olympics like that. Again, shout out to Simone Biles, happy for you, but I don't watch the Olympics because of this bull crap that's going on. Okay, it's craziness.
I was a stupid teenager. He was 19. She was 12.
The Olympics are such a joke. The most recent controversy to come out of the Olympics is their decision to allow 2 biological males to compete in women's boxing. There is Lin Yuting of Taiwan and Aman Khalif of Algeria. So to give a bit of
It was Thailand, so
background about the 2 boxers, back in March of 2023, the 2 boxers intended to compete at the Women's World Boxing Championship in New Delhi, India. However, the president of the International Boxing Association announced the disqualification of multiple boxers from the championship, including Lin Yuting and Aman Khalif. After a series of DNA tests, the International Boxing Association said they uncovered, quote, athletes who were trying to fool their colleagues and pretend to be women. The president stated that these athletes had XY chromosomes, and that was the reason why they were disqualified from competing. Fast forward to the 2024 Olympics, and they are allowed to compete because the Olympics doesn't hold the athletes to the same standards as the International Boxing Association. Lin Yuting fought Satora Turbekova from Uzbekistan in the women's boxing category, and Lin Yuting won, so he will go on to fight another female in the women's boxing category. Aman Khalif faced off against Angela Carini from Italy, and the match only lasted 46 seconds. Seeing her cry like that genuinely broke my heart. I can only imagine how hard she had to work just to make it to the Olympics, and she expects to go in there and fight another woman and win her way to a medal fair and square. But what happened was she got into the ring, and because of this whole woke ideology that has taken over the Olympics, she now has to fight a man, a biological male. That is not a fair fight. And because she was afraid for her safety, she made the tough decision to abandon the fight. So Aman Khalif won by default because she abandoned the fight. In an interview after the fight, she said this, quote, I'm used to suffering. I've never taken a punch like that. It's impossible to continue. I didn't give up, but the punch hurt too much, so I said enough. I'm leaving with my head held high. So I had just finished filming this video and I came across an article from the BBC. I want to apologize to Khalif, Italian boxer Carini. So Angela Carini is apologizing for forfeiting the fight and for not shaking Aman Khalif's hand. All this controversy makes me sad. I'm sorry for my opponent too. If the IOC said she can fight, I respect that decision. Carini, also 25, said abandoning the fight had been a mature step to take, but she expressed regret and not shaking hands with Khalif afterwards. It wasn't something I intended to do, Carini said. Actually, I want to apologize to her and everyone else. I was angry because my Olympics had gone up in smoke. She added that if she met Khalif again, she would embrace her. So
No, son of a bitch!
She did that just so she could spend face, and that's kind of crazy. But again, I cannot. A lot of people are now cowardly to stand up for their rights and stand up for what it is. No, you got punched hard because you're fighting a man. And again, as I said this before, and I'll say it again. If some weird thing happened right now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If they had to go DNA test on us, they ain't gonna say, oh, this was a transgender or trans woman or trans man or none of that bull crap. They would say, man, woman, done. Period. That's what it would be. Nothing more than that. Okay? You want to do that? Okay. But again, I always never understand the feminist women who always say, oh, this is this. So you fight for women's rights. You will say, I'm oppress you because I'm a biological DNA straight up heterosexual male. But a male who pretends to be a woman could go and beat and punch and kick a woman.
What? What the fuck?
That makes sense. That makes a bunch of sense. Because most of y'all...
Allow yourself to slowly get... You're freaking crazy!
That's what it is. Y'all are crazy. Crazy people. Good grief.
Basically, the woke police at the Olympics reached out to Angela and told her to apologize. I don't know that for sure. I'm speculating. That's what it sounds like. The Algerian boxer was born female, was registered female, lived as female, boxed as a female, has a female passport, IOC spokesperson Mark Adams said on Friday. I take issue with this. First of all, I don't think it is bad sportsmanship for Angela to apologize for not shaking Amon's hand. If Angela feels bad about that, okay, fine. But the decision that the IOC has made to allow someone with XY chromosomes with elevated testosterone levels to compete in the women's category, it's wrong. And if we are going to classify someone as female based on what is registered on their birth certificate and on their passport, then it's meaningless, because there are countries such as Australia where you are allowed to change the registration on your birth certificate and on your passport. So someone who is a biological male, was born a male, somewhere they could have gone through male puberty, they could be 45 years old, and they decide that they want to be a female, they can actually go and have documents, their birth certificate and their passport, changed to say that they are female. And on paper, since the beginning of time, you will have been a female. It's happening right now in Australia. It is a...
What? And the problem with that nonsense is when it comes time to give, like for doctors and medicines and stuff like that, I hope you can't sue nobody. But I know, and all legitists in America, you're going to sue for stupid stuff. Oh, he didn't give me the... No, because you're not that. And it's going to be stupid for you to do that. Again, I don't want no harm to no trans woman or trans man. I got to put a qualifier here because it's just stupid. You want to be after 18 years old and you want to do that on your own dime and money, go right ahead. It doesn't bother me. The only one thing... Above 18, I'll tell you, stop telling men, you trans women, stop telling men you're a woman, and then you don't get the full, you don't get, you need to tell them, hey, I was a man before, and I cannot have kids, because you can't do those two things, because again, I'm trying to protect y'all. I've seen a lot of stories in the last month of a lot of trans women try to trick regular men, and they end up getting killed. And again, you should not get killed by these men, but stop pretending with that. It's so weird that you will not pretend with regular folks like me and everything, but you pretend with people who's intimate. Again, I don't. That's just bad. That's just bad.
A thing, and I don't know what other countries it's happening in, but I'm sure this is going to become the new norm since we are moving down the path of wokeology. And in the next 10, 15 years, you're going to have a bunch of men with passports that say female, looking like this, showing up to fight women. Is this the future you guys want?
You're the reason this species is a failure, and it makes me angry.
This picture, which people say is Aman Khalif in childhood, has circulated around the internet. Plus, there's the fact that Aman is a Muslim from Algeria, and people are making the argument that transgenderism wouldn't be tolerated where Aman is from. In my opinion, it appears that Aman is a male with a sex development disorder, and that is probably why Aman's parents raised him like a little girl.
I'm an hermaphrodite. I could get that. Nothing against you being hermaphrodite.
He most likely doesn't have properly formed external male genitalia, and so when he was young, they believed he was female and raised him as such. But since Amon does have XY chromosomes and has tested for high levels of testosterone, Amon is likely a male with testes inside of his abdomen that have not descended. This is my speculation, I don't know for sure, but a male with sex development disorder is still a male and should still compete with other males because they do have the advantage of a male body that went through male puberty. And let's be clear, like, Amon has all of these secondary sex characteristics of a male. I mean, Amon sounds like a male.
1, 2, 3. Viva la Giri. Viva la Giri.
Amon has the facial bone structure of a male.
Correct.
Amon is flat-chested. Amon has no hips or curves that you would typically see on a woman. Amon has a fairly pronounced Adam's apple, and when you go through Amon's social media, he never even tries to pass as a woman. And this is slightly off topic, but I also believe...
Now, what she's gonna bring up, I thought so as well too, and I was like, and I gotta give it up to Nisi. You put this in my mind. My wife watched this. You put this in the mind because I didn't even think about this because I always thought Brittany Griner. I was like Brittany Griner because I never really heard Brittany really talk, so I didn't really care. But then I was like, this girl who could barely slam dunk on everything is just a joke. She just did something like, oh, okay. But then I'm like, I'm with you, Nisi.
I believe the WNBA player Brittany Griner is also a biological male. Everything that I said about Iman is also true for Brittany. Brittany has one of the deepest voices I have ever heard on any human being, let alone a woman.
You're about to be a mom. How is that feeling? Pops. Oh, let me get it together.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
Pops. About to be a pops. Please tell me how exciting that is for you and what you're looking forward to most.
I'm super excited.
Here's the part that is crazy about this crap. If that's a woman, you're gonna try to take you're gonna be like, oh, because Father's Day woman, like, I'm a dad and a mom. Stop. Just stop that nonsense. But yeah, I'm gonna be a pops. Really?
Well, I mean, I guess I'll just drop it. He's here. So he's here. Yes. 7'8", 24. 7 pounds, 8 ounces. Yeah, that's my man.
Brittany has a pretty pronounced Adam's apple. Brittany has never developed breasts and is completely flat-chested. Brittany is unusually tall for a woman, and Brittany has no hips, no lady bumps to speak of. I think there is enough circumstantial evidence for any reasonable person to conclude that Brittany Griner is also a biological male. I wonder if Putin knows the truth.
That's a good one, girl. That's a good one.
A little bit off topic, but I wanted to say that as of the making of this video, the Olympics are not yet over, and they are supporting Amon and Lynn, and these two players, these two athletes.
My thing is, if you're gonna do that, why not just have a transgender genre and just have like that? Men be men, women be women, transgender be transgender. And if you're a transgender woman who want to be a man and want to fight a man, that's up to you. And if you're a transgender man want to fight a woman, that would be the better category. Let the transgenders have that spot and let them fight it out. And then we see who the best out of the best. Mostly gonna be the men, but who are the men pretending like women, but whatever. But let them fight it out. They would have no problem, because looking at how things are going right now, it's gonna be, unless they forfeit or just they play it up because they don't want it, whatever, they're gonna by simple elimination, it's gonna be the two of them fighting each other for the goal. It just will be, unless they're gonna play the game of, we get too close, like the Olympic person did last Olympics, and the Australian one. And he's like, I don't want. Kind of he pulled back at the last second because he didn't want to win. Short of women them up. That might be the only way.
Athletes are still due to fight female opponents in the upcoming days, and I am very curious to see what the outcomes of those fights will be. Anyways, that's
So I'm telling you something about that. I gotta check something out here. So that will be crazy. Okay, that part will be crazy, and it's gonna be like I said, it's gonna be a little bit rougher than I thought. Okay, but we'll see how that works out because I'm not playing that game in that ridiculousness. Now, I want to touch on one more thing before I leave the Olympics. Since that's what the title of the show is. I want to talk about one more thing before the Olympics because it's stupid and it's annoying. It really is. I don't know why people just can't let it be. But I want to talk about okay, give me 1 second here before because like I said I want to
Fact is,
I want to do this because there's another thing, and I brought up a little bit earlier, but I want to touch on it a little bit before we go into other stuff. Okay. Now, it is a little topical of me talking about topics, but I always said how this will be. Okay. I just want to make sure people understand certain things before we get into anything that's like kind of get into things that's way more serious. Right. So I said it, I'll say it, I'll say it again. Right. In my lifetime. And from after this and then going forward, I have to put up an explicit warning so I know children and everything. Yes, I have to put up an explicit warning. There's gonna be some cursing and stuff going on. So I apologize for that, but I like to just let it be what it be because it's just need to be straight up in that regard. All right. So let's do that. So I always said it's weird. I have this conversation with a lot of course, unlike Joe Biden, who said if I don't vote for him, I am black, but whatever. And this saying a black thing is something that I don't think I'll tell people before. Right? Look, single people is single people. Chris Rock has oh my goodness, you know what? Why not? Chris Rock has a joke about this, which is needed to where people think about it. Let's see if we'll find it. I might have to like do a little, just do that a little bit to the thing. I can't do full screen because of how certain thing is. Let's see if we'll find. Let me see if that comes up with what it is.
a man gonna be a man. A man is basically as faithful as his options.
I'm doing this just because of how that book
That's
works.
how
But let's see.
faithful a man
Let's see
is.
if I can do
No
it.
more, no less. And you see all these fat Republican guys going, I would never do such a thing. This is a travesty. I'm like, nobody's trying to blow you. Ain't no 20-year-old girls trying to blow Orrin Hatch. Ain't nobody trying to give Newt Gingrich some. I don't give a fuck. You ain't never gonna hear Newt Gingrich go, man, I wish these hoes would back up off me.
No.
I wish they would just back the fuck up off of brother. Let a player play. Shit. That's right. It's damn near impossible for a man to turn down sex. It's hard for a man to turn down sex. If we can stop chasing it, and even that requires some rehab. But it's hard for...
I don't think that's the one where he's talking about how I'm gonna do stuff to point taken. Okay, so I apologize for that. But point taken is this. There's a video because I did it on the fly, so that's on me. I did this one on the fly. So point taken is this. Okay, is that he was talking in Chris Rock's stand up. He talked about how it is. Women will be single for them. When a guy meets his girl, he's like, and I have had this with me and my wife. My wife don't believe me most of the time, but that happens to me a lot of times. I'm like, wow. And I introduce it to my wife. Oh, she looks like a nice person. I'm doing a parody of this joke. He looked like a nice person. I want to find a girl just like her. But women will look like, oh, he looks like a nice guy. And I don't care if I gotta slit this chick's throat. I want him. Because he was saying what this is single women who are miserable. If you're a married couple, stay away from them. Just telling you the truth. Guys will be like, hey, I want that to be my boy and everything like that. Most guys would do that. Majority of men would do that. You got sleazeball guys. I'm not saying all of them. But Simone Biles went to the Olympics and got some gold and some silver. Great for her, right? But some people can't be happy, and it's mostly women for some weird reason. And this is what happened, because she took a picture with her husband. Took a picture with her medal on. Which, if I'm in the Olympics, I would have given my wife to wear my medal too and take a picture. You're my wife. You're my spouse. What the heck? But these bitter broads don't understand that.
Miserable woman gets cooked, roasted.
They're all roasting in their own lard like the Christmas goose.
By Simone Biles. And this woman represents a lot
Yes.
of modern miserable women.
You know, folks, if it really is true that misery loves company,
take her medal off.
God.
After all of take her medal off. Was it you, Mr. Simone Biles, who was flying through the air yesterday? Was it you who spun like a top 30 times in the air and landed without stumbling?
Oh, God. And it wasn't you either.
Take her medal off.
You were taking notes in the audience, and I thought that was cute. I was going to give him a pass. I thought...
Oh my God, this woman is so annoying.
Yes.
And this woman proves a point I've been making for a very long time. This is a couple, a happy couple as you can see, celebrating Simone's success. Jonathan Owens, yeah, that's his name, celebrating Simone Biles' success. Happy couple, in love. Then you have a miserable woman here, bitter, angry. For whatever reason. Why the hell is she angry? She probably ain't got no man. Or no man that cares about her, or a man that she actually wants. Yeah, she's a bitter woman. An angry, miserable, bitter woman.
Take her medal off.
Just looking for something to complain about.
I thought him keeping score in the audience was kind of cute. And I was gonna take it easy on him. To open Instagram, why is her medal around your neck? For the picture? For the picture?
Oh, shut up, woman.
Oh my.
Maybe because, I know, it's her husband. something that I don't think you will ever get in your life because you're a miserable, bitter woman? Good grief.
My God, bro. Look at this.
Let's go, Simone. Simone's husband went from not knowing who.
You see, now here he is, Jonathan Owens, in the audience. He's not ignoring what's going on. No, he's taking notes, marking scores himself. An attentive, caring husband. Yet there are so many angry and bitter women on the internet still complaining.
Take her medal off.
Just because he said, as a man, I'm a prize.
I am the table.
I am a prize as a man. That's fine. He understands his worth, also his woman's, which is what that miserable woman doesn't understand.
Who she is.
I know, right?
To keeping score. My boy is keeping score. 13.
Look at him, man's locked in. Look at him.
I'm not missing anything.
He's looking stressed. He's not even competing. No, he's not competing, but he looks stressed as well because his woman's competing. I guarantee you, all these miserable women complaining are jealous.
Love me.
Pick
me.
They're insecure. They will never have what Jonathan and Simone have.
No.
That's rather bitter.
15.933. Yep. Add the 5, carry the 1. Not mad at it. Not mad. Respect. Much respect. Yeah.
Go on.
Perfect.
Look at that. If some women were so talented and not so miserable, they'd probably have a man themselves instead of being manless and complaining on the internet.
Take her medal off.
There you go.
For the picture that you post.
Yes.
After all we learned nothing.
We?
What a choice.
We?
What a choice. In the
We? Who is this we? We what? That's her husband. They have the right to do that.
in the audience, he does look like pretty studious though, and like he's like really paying attention. Let her wear the medal for the picture that you post.
Propaganda tool. Yeah, she's never had a man to care for her at this capacity before.
No.
Nope. She's probably just been a fun chick, just fun, and I'm not staying around. I'm staying around for, please. So I don't think she has any concept of what's going on here. I mean, I talk a lot of crap myself, but I've been in enough relationships to actually understand what's going on here. But I don't think she does. Why is she so angry?
This is drugs.
After everything that's gone on, that could be a pretty simple PR move. He's like, this is my only time to wear a gold medal around my neck, so
Wow.
I guess I'll just take this chance now.
Yo, wicked. What the fuck?
Not like I already got made fun of by the entire internet for
No, you mean by people like you. By people like you.
Yeah.
People like you?
Physically incapable rejects.
Exactly.
If you're a happy woman, I'd understand, but you're not. You're clearly not. So, I mean, yeah.
I've been taking antidepressants.
You're showing yourself, aren't
A
you?
lot of women have been taking
trying to
antidepressants.
overshadow my wife
At least
and
she's a
undermine
wife.
her accomplishments.
At least she's a
Exactly. And again, if I was at the thing, I heard you want to bet if he wins the Super Bowl, he will put the ring on Simone Biles' finger, or she would be like, hey, I got a Super Bowl ring. Because they're married. They're married. Something I don't think, and that's why I said, a lot of y'all, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The number one reason why a lot of black women, and she's mixed, but black women, basically, there's some white women too who got this stupid attitude too, which is stupid. So it's a woman thing, but it's just the attitude. That's the number one thing that holds a lot of y'all back. That nasty attitude.
wife.
And undermine her accomplishments. I really don't think he means to. I think he's just like, I don't know. Somebody took the picture and thought, this makes sense given the history.
What history?
This is a good idea.
What are
Whoever
you
took
talking
the
about?
picture is a hater.
What the fuck?
Hate her more than you. You're hating hard, aren't you?
Hater.
But she's just one, a representation of a lot of miserable women on the internet who make a lot of dumb, stupid points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friends who will tell them what things appear to be if they want to avoid the comments. Because go look at the comments on that picture. All of them are like, wow, odd choice. I don't even remember your name, Mr. Simone Biles. Like, it's like,
His name's Jonathan Owens.
Jonathan, yeah.
Owens.
it's egging it on.
But you know what's beautiful? What's beautiful? Aside from Simone herself, it's how she then cooked. roasted, baked the F out of this miserable broad.
Simone Biles commented on my video.
Yeah. I'm happy that Simone Biles did this. I really am. Cause this make a lot of sense. And I'm happy that happened because it's just crazy that she gotta put up with this nonsense. I don't know why. So it is weird that she gotta put up with this. But I want again. Let's thank you. She stands up for what she be, which is good.
Video. Simone Biles, Olympic gold medalist, most decorated gymnast of all time, took time out of her day. I think she's at the Olympics.
Yeah, stop waffling for a second. Let me talk. Stop waffling. He's talking absolute crap. Crazy thing is, I put my medal on every single one of my family members and took pictures. So don't ever make assumptions, dusty, manless broad. Dusty. Who hurt you? That's me up. I added special effects, obviously. Dusty, manless broad. Manless. Like y'all are so f***ing miserable. Leave us alone. Indeed.
Where's yours? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, in your face, woman. Damn.
Exactly.
Pew, pew. Leave him alone, you dusty, miserable bastard of a woman. How dare you? This woman's celebrating with her man, happy. And here you are with your dusty self.
The hater.
Raining on their parade. Get a life.
The hater.
Yeah, and I want to let it go further than that because I just don't want to think. Because she's like, oh, she said, I'm like, whatever. You should have never done that. Why the heck what was that for? Huh? What was that for? Not needed at all. But hey, it's just what it is now. Okay, so that's one video. I just wanted to point that out. I'm gonna leave it a bit. And again, Simone Biles, congrats. You and your husband do your thing. I'm happy for y'all that y'all do it and you won your medals. You worked hard. Do your thing, girl. All right. Now, that said, we're gonna go over to like I said, another thing. So Donald Trump went on a podcast with I forgot what the name of the guy on Twitter, TikTok, and he did a dance. It kind of broke the internet, made money, do stuff, and good for him for that. And of course, Kamala Harris tried to do the exact same thing, but this is how crazy it is. All millions of dollars that Kamala Harris got, they're pointed towards kind of, we're gonna put it towards kind of ads and stuff. I mean, my YouTube ads mostly have a lot of Kamala Harris. I just skipped over them. Sorry for people, but I'm gonna do a video. I'm really gonna do a video. I'm waiting for her to become the nominee, whatever. But there's a video I'm gonna do. Sorry, I cannot vote for that woman because of all the stuff that personally happened to me and all the other stuff that don't make sense to me. Because again, it's so funny. People always argue about me about, oh, the Democrats are gonna be the white man Republican and all that nonsense. Look, I'm morally incompatible with the Democrat Party of today. Well, of the past as well too. You'll see what I'm talking about when I do other videos and the thing. But I can't do that. I just can't. You want to abortion and freedom rights for women. Okay. Trump said this. Okay. He said it not once, not twice, but 3 times. And my thing is always, if you're going to argue the facts. Don't argue the BS. He put out a video saying, let the state choose. They asked him on MSNBC. He said, let the state choose. Blah, blah, blah. So that he's not gonna do, if he becomes president, he's not gonna do a ban, and he can't do it because he can't overwrite the Supreme Court. And also that case, I've done a video on that already. I'm sure you did about abortion. The abortion case was illegal in the first place. The defendant lied and also lied why about the abortion. So, and also Ruth Bader Ginsburg said herself that it was unconstitutional. Roe versus Wade. So again, those three things already done make it whatever. But if you want to go and kill your baby, go right ahead. Here's the thing: nobody said stupidly if something's gonna happen. If it's about you got rape. I understand that for females, no problem. If you're in a medical condition that is gonna take your life for you or the baby and all that stuff, that's a hard decision. And my heart goes out to women who have to make those decisions. That is not easy. I get it. I get it. I understand. Let me put my I'll switch because I want to switch it to here. I get it. I understand. Okay, I do. For majority of abortions, that's happening right now. And for me, as a regular man, I always ask the question: how the heck is aborting a child reproductive rights? Reproductive means to reproduce. So I don't get I don't get that. That don't work with the words. See, I like to use the words for what they are, but that's not what it is. Okay? But anyway, you want to go do that, go ahead. But majority of the abortions are not because it's all the convenience that out of those two other things I've said. I have sympathy and empathy for women who got to go through that part right there. But because I know you didn't want, and the thing about it, about sexual that we have so many different. You have condoms. There are 50,000 flavors of birth control. That's birth control. That's why when that white leftist went on about, medication, Medicaid, you pay for birth control for you to go have sex. Like, no. Be a responsible adult. You're 18 years old. Be a responsible adult. Anything other than that day is basically considered rape, and we should not have that and make the decision that's nasty, bad, or you just saw right there when I talk about with the Olympics. Yes. But you have condoms. You have male condoms, female condoms. You have 55 flavors of birth control. You have the after morning pill. You have, as my wife would say, you could be abstinent. Let's just do that until you find the right person to be married with. A concept I don't know, because again, I have never had unprotected sex until I met my wife. Okay? She's the only person I have unprotected sex with. So I know, guarantee I ain't got no disease, nothing, whatever, because it's only one woman I've ever done that with. You have all that right now. And in some states, they allow you up to about, 12 weeks and stuff like that, which is okay, the first trimester. After the first trimester, then you're going to still keep on doing it? I think, and that's kind of weird. You have all those times to do all the stuff, to prevent it, stop it, whatever. You don't do that. Again, you're right to do that. I'm not asking for your sin. If you want to go kill your baby, that's the way it is. See, so my point is, I don't care to that regard. But I know it's a sin. I know it's killing a baby if it's after becoming 12 months and a thing like that. So don't hit me with the nonsense. But he said again, leave it to the states. So if you want to go and do it, fly to California. Heck, California even have things where they give you abortion hotels. So you go to the hotel, get the abortion, and go back to the hotel and then fly back to whatever state you want to go. Go to California. Nobody's stopping you. Take your money, do that, and fly that. You're right. I don't know what point taking that and looking in the chat. We're up to 27,987 people. Thank y'all for giving me your time and ear on that. But anyway, let's get back to that. And also, Project 25 is not Trump's thing. If you want to argue again on the facts, go. I mean, Kamala Harris, I showed you the video last week. Kamala Harris has not put no policies on her website. Go to Trump's website and you're going to see Agenda 47 where he does a video, because of how people are. There's a video of all the things he said he wants to do, all the policies, why and why he want to do it. Project 2025 is not Trump's thing. Again, I read the thing on my podcast of Project 25. Majority of stuff are not bad either. I read it. Y'all are literally, a lot of people don't go and read for themselves. Go to Project 25, which is by the Heritage Fund Foundation, and read it. Read the whole thing. Don't read just the top little line. Read the whole thing. Y'all talk about abortion, you go bless your bell, whatever. Read the whole thing. I did it on my podcast. I read it. Showed you it. So come on. At least you could do is do that. Don't follow the stupid TikToks and tweets and all the other dumb stuff. Please. Anyway, so you have that situation. So they're going to try to follow Trump. Kai Cenat say he ain't going to do that. But again, it doesn't mean a lot of people ain't going to do that. Listen. I'm going to show you and listen to what we're going to see right here.
They are desperate to hold on to power. Let's listen to what they're paying, young people to parrot their messaging.
This month, Sunday says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right, definitely. She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
What's your rate?
So a video just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending and upwards.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of the video that we want to focus on right now. Just that. Now, they're literally giving them a script. So they're finding quote unquote influencers.
Pay overtime and decide if you have great insurance, if you have any pre-existing condition. Now they have a 920-page playbook to consolidate power in the presidency and gut our system of checks and balances. That would harm middle class and take the fundamental freedoms away.
What?
The hell? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll let Phil keep on talking.
I hate that word. That's why if anybody say the term influencer to me, I don't fit that category. I don't. We are running a legitimate media company where we have journalists that work with us and graphic designers and videographers and all kind of different people who is really serious about this. We are not no influencer. But I want you to see exactly what they're doing. Now let's go on and read this, ladies and gentlemen. They're saying here, use Project 2025 to show proof of a larger argument. MAGA wants total control over our country and our lives, right? Now, that's disinformation because Project 2025 was written by the Heritage Foundation, not Donald Trump. And Make America Great Again isn't a group, it's just a slogan, right? But they say don't focus on Project 2025 without bringing your listener back to a bigger message, okay? This is propaganda. They instructing her how to use propaganda.
Yep.
They say do define Project 2025 by connecting it to an overall value or frame, gut checks and balances, control, power grab. Don't just list a litany of policies in the manifesto.
There you go. What I just said. It's not heritage for us. Don't list the litany of policies in the manifesto, which is not a manifesto in the freaking first place. But anyway, when you go to Project 2025, which is the Heritage Fund Foundation, read it. Majority black people will agree with it because it's not the thing. But again, you mostly might agree with majority of points. Not all. I get that. I understand that. We don't live in the absolute. But it's not as bad as people said it is because those people just listen, parroting other people saying it without reading it itself. That's what it says. Don't list the list of policies in the Project 25 because if you read the policies, you might think, you know what? I agree with that. They're like, oh, they want to get rid of the Department of Education. Not really. They don't want to get rid of the Department of Education, but majority of the functions needs to go because it ain't doing nothing as they push gender crap and all this stuff that we seen in the schools or whatever. I'm with that. Bye-bye. Get out of there. Oh, we need to have kids to get all kind of drugs and mastectomy for young girls who are 50 years to cut off their breasts and all stuff. We want to stop that. But you know what? I agree with that too.
Why? Because actually people may go research it and look it up and see what it's all about. Don't do that. Just fearmonger. That's basically what they're telling her to do. Focus on their authoritarianism.
Now I do laugh at that. Shout out to the Trip who said, you remember Chris Rock? Read, here's a book. Oh no, not a book, not a book. Oh. Chris Rock, I know who he is now, but man, in the past, his first and second and third specials, his other specials are good, but those were hard hitting, and those were those were the uncomfortable truths talking about what black people have done, and stuff like that. Telling you,
it's a will threaten our personal freedoms. Don't dwell on the impact on federal agencies and how it differs, let's say, from precedent. Right? So this is what they have up here. So when you hear all this Project 2025, now, of course, this young lady, I'm sorry, they're not going to use you for propaganda no more. If you want to keep making that good Democrat shield money, you didn't kind of blew up your spot like that, right?
Yeah.
You messed your money up.
Yeah.
So I was letting you know that, young sister. So I guess it was worth it for you. But you see all this fear-mongering about Project 2025. Now you get where it comes from. Now you get it.
Yeah.
It's coming from organizations who none of us know exist that has millions and millions of dollars to give out to people. She said from $3,000 to $10,000, right? Now, they would love for a person like myself, especially on the African diaspora, to be a shield because they say, hey, he's talking to people every night. Ooh, we love him to shield, right? So, but nobody comes to me with that. I can tell you that.
I got to do a job.
That if they're going to troll, you need to pay the troll. Pay the troll if you're going to do it over here. I'll let you troll a little bit. Horribly. Record inflation. High interest rates. Food is high. Gas is high. Everything's high. Wars all over the place. Rumors of wars all over the place. Y'all see that Iran and all them, like they about to turn it up. Lebanon, all them, they about to turn up with Israel and all that. And Joe Biden is sending military out there. Like they trying to start World War III, ladies and gentlemen. But they're not talking about any of that. They're not. That Biden-Harris administration, I told y'all, you vote for them people. I'm talking about Harris-Waltz. You vote for that people. Your children gonna end up being drafted. They got paperwork already. Want to put our daughters in the draft. But you're not talking about the whole scope. This lady has not even taken an interview, not even on safe platforms for her, like MSNBC, NBC, etc. She is not taking any interviews. And most people say, well, that's strange. Listen, Biden, he at least took some interviews, but this woman's not taking an interview. Why? Because she can't talk. She can't answer certain questions. She's going to say something. So she's like, man, you know what? Let me not say nothing. I'm not going to do a press conference. She has nothing to do, y'all. She's the vice president. It's not like she's the president, okay? That's number one. She has time to sit down for an interview, and she won't do it. And recently, who called her out about that? J.D. Vance recently called her out about that, like why she ain't sitting down for an interview. You can't run forever. You can't run. You have to sit down for interviews. But she's worried that she's going to say something in the interview, and that's going to tank her chances with the voters. So she's trying to avoid that at all costs. But you know what? The day going to come, you're going to have to sit down with some people. Even people that's on your side, you're going to have to sit down with them. It's just that simple. Or you are all this so-called, I'm telling y'all, the so-called excitement about her, by September 1, you watch. You watch how people are going to start thinking about her by September 1. Oh, the tide going to start turning. I believe the tide is going to start turning with her by September 1. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse toward Election Day. Trust me.
And again, Phil Scott, he's not a Republican and he don't get Republican. I'm a Libertarian. I've never been registered as a Republican. But again, we're just talking about what Kamala Harris is. And going with that, Kamala Harris has picked Tim Walz, and not surprising that she picked that dude, because that dude is the leftist of left person. The man has no balls, just literally, because he also they call him Tampon Tim, because he wrote a bill one that in Minnesota that all illegal everybody driver's license for all. So I understand if you want to go to Minnesota, you go and maybe get your license there, since they say illegals can get a license. Of course, but if you go get a license, then you go vote. I'm not surprised by that. Do they get insurance? I don't know. Another thing is, Tim Walz said also he put, like I said, the reason they say come Tampon Tim, because he put tampons in schools. All right, cool. I got against that. But they put tampons in boys' bathrooms.
What?
Why? Why are you doing that? Not needed. Not needed, because men don't menstruate at all. We don't. So we don't need that. Give it to the girls. I have no problem with that. Give it to the girls, the biological girls. It makes no sense to put tampons in boys. And then the way that they talk about weird. He was talking about, man, you know, guys could put it in their bag, and they go, I'm like, the creepiest thing. They'll keep it in their book bag and stuff like that. So if a girl ever says she need a tampon, you give it to her and stuff like that. I'm like, and you'll be a Chad. I'm like, what?
No, son of a bitch!
That makes no sense. That makes no sense. But I digress. But like I said, so now they always talk about also how, you know, Tim Walz uses veteran. He uses veterans saying, oh, I'm a veteran and other stuff. He is a veteran. Not denying that at all. That's not what I'm saying. So, of course, Facebook and whatever and YouTube don't fact check me on that, because I know the truth. He was listed in the military. He's a veteran. But he's not the veteran that a lot of people think they know. And again, I don't gotta use Fox News. I can use simple local media, which I always say, local media has it better. Let's look at our local media about this, shall we?
Take a look at this report right over here.
So you try to get this message out, but Minnesota's largest newspaper checks it out, says it's 100% true, but yet refuses to print.
When I hung the phone up, I said, what the hell is this, North Korea?
Back in 2005, a warning order went out to the 1st Battalion, 125th Field Artillery to mobilize for a mission to Iraq. At the time, Walz served as the unit's highest non-commissioned officer, but months later, Walz would retire from the Guard, avoid the deployment, and run for Congress. Tom Behrens was next in line for the position and was asked to take his place.
I was like, well, for Pete's sake, this guy quit. And if I say I'm not going to do it, I mean, what the hell kind of leadership is that? If a company would say that we're going to deploy to Iraq or somewhere and you're going to be gone for whatever amount of time, and then a foreman just says, no, I'm not going. I mean, what does that say to the 500 people that work in that factory?
Exactly. Behrens would go on to serve in Iraq on a nearly 2-year deployment as a command sergeant major. All while Walz began using that title as a congressman. Behrens says he first contacted Walz with his concerns, sending these letters to Washington. They all went unanswered.
But then we found...
As Tripp would say, shocking. Why am I not surprised?
Fast forward to the election in 2018 in Minnesota, and you try at that time to get people's attention with this story and also with what seems to be a very misleading statement that he continued to make about his service.
It kind of just sat there. You know, when he was a congressman, he bragged that he was a command sergeant, retired command sergeant major. I'm the highest ranking person ever in the House, and all this lie that he was telling. The state of Minnesota came out after 2018, after this was exposed, and they said, well, he can say that he served as a command sergeant major, but he can't say he's a retired one because he's not.
And that's what he was saying.
And he was saying that, and there was lots of public, lots of cards coming in the mail, for him to be elected. They said right on there he's a retired command sergeant major, just tooting his own horn, just hanging on the coattails of people that actually are command sergeant majors that went through all the process and put all the time in.
A spokesperson for the Minnesota National Guard said Walls wasn't able to retire as a command sergeant major since he failed to complete coursework and requirements related to
Again, why am I not surprised by that?
the rank. Verified documents show the Army corrected his service record. Walls was reduced in rank to an E8 Master Sergeant after retirement and his conditional promotion. Alpha News again asked Governor Walls if he's using the Command Sergeant Major rank on his campaign website for political gain this year. A spokesperson said this has been in the news before and pointed us to a past story where Walls said, quote, "Normally this type of partisan political attack only comes from one who's never worn a uniform."
It's stolen valor is really what it is. I don't know of anybody else that's done what he's done.
So Tim Walz apparently.
So you don't never wear a uniform. I think this guy. Wait. Let's look again. Let me see here. Let me just see. Let me just double check here. Yeah, that's the uniform he's wearing. He's wearing a uniform there. He's wearing a uniform there. I know he had a one where he was on the truck or whatever. But still, I think that guy he's proven that he's wearing a uniform. Will never wear a uniform. Man, y'all wackadoo weirdo punks. That's why I said evil comes in all shapes. Look, I have respect for the veterans and those who fight for freedom and fight to protect people of the world. I have respect for y'all. But some of them are AWOL, some do heinous stuff. Again, John McCain, what he did, when he broke his arm and everything. I have respect for John McCain for that. Other than that, I don't, because he was a warmonger. So no. So now we're gonna finish up with this last video, which funny enough, we're going back into the military again. This right here is one of the reasons I've said I cannot vote for it. This is one of many reasons I can't vote for Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, but I can't. Again, I lost my cousin to illegal immigrants being punks. They should have never been in the country, but they killed my cousin and 6 other people. That right there pisses me off. My friend in Kamala Harris's district, when she was the attorney of San Francisco, she let a guy go multiple times. And I had somebody call me and tell me, but I don't know the story. Again, I know the case more than you think. 1. 2, because my friend told me the case. She lost her husband and 2 kids because of this.
You piece of loser.
Loser kept getting freed out. Remember, Kamala Harris had people, because she didn't want to have a conviction, whatever, and wanted certain thing. She had black men on death row because she didn't want to, and they were tampering with DNA evidence. There's a go to vice.com, the Vice video. Let me see. Before I play this other video I have, let me show you. I'll show you so you can see it. Let me just look it up here for a quick second. Let me look at it here for a quick second, because people need to understand. Some people think people make stuff up, and I'm not gonna say again. I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm ignorant of a lot of stuff because again, that's just who we are. But this, I am not. That one, I am definitely not. Okay? Wrong person to be dealing with this nonsense. All right? For those who got, you know what? For those who have, I'm not showing you. I'm not gonna play it because I will play my own video as well too. And hopefully, Trip, you're listening to this. I hope you've, I know it's painful to. I hope you still can find a video of the clip that I was talking about. But Right there. So she had trying to find a video so I can tell people where to go, and that part is good. It is on Vice Media. You go to Vice, I think it's Vice on YouTube. I think it's Vice on YouTube is where it is. Where she was withheld. She had an innocent man on death row. She didn't want to death row people, but some of the death row people, because there were certain colors, it got weird. And that's why I said it's so weird of that situation. How can that be? That could be that? It made no sense. And the sucky part about it is Google is gonna bury some of the videos down because it will not show up. Yep, I was correct. Vice Media, that video has been dumped down the memory hole. Has been dumped down the memory hole. Okay, I found the video. Oh, funny how that works, huh? So let me put it up here. You can go to Vice and put this video in here, and you'll see it. That's the video right. That's the video right there you see on the screen. Kamala Harris, prosecutor, sent an innocent man to prison, and that one the only innocent man she sent to prison. That's why Tulsi Gabbard hit her with that thing, that 1-2 jab when it was in debate. And I always laugh at this. Kamala Harris has not gotten one single vote from no person. No delegates have voted for her. She dropped out of the 2020 election in 2019. She got no delegates and became the vice president, which is weird. She was a DEI hire because of that. And she hasn't gotten, for people who always say democracy, 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 you don't get votes because, again, you're going to go to the convention as a contestant of convention, but you didn't because y'all don't want the vote. That's the story right there. Innocent man. Innocent man. Get that.
Polar opposite of what I felt and what our community felt in San Francisco.
Needs punishment. What many need, quite obviously, is help. Kamala Harris wrote that in her book, The Truce We Hold. Does that sound consistent with the kind of with the brand of justice that you saw administered by offices that she was running?
It definitely sounds like Kamala Harris right now as a senator. But at the time of her being the head district attorney of San Francisco, that is almost polar opposite of what I felt and what our community felt in San Francisco.
I just want, again, go to Vice, you go see Kamala Harris post, you go see that yourself. All right? Again, I bring my receipts when I say what I gotta say. I don't say things out of my butt as a lot of people who don't watch my show, but call me and tell me stuff. No, I bring my receipts, my person. Watch the show. You might learn something. But anyway, back to this part right here. All right? Listen to this BS. Like I said, so I don't like that. I also don't like that. Again, I've showed you videos of New York Governor Eric Adams giving out $52,000, giving them credit cards to migrants, $52,000 to the migrant people. Why? I don't get that. It's crazy. But watch this. Again, I apologize for cursing because people are mad. They're really mad at this. So I get that. It's going to be explicit cursing in this one.
left a receipt in the store. And you know how I got the food stamp remaining balance at the bottom of the receipt, right? $13,500 with a $5,000 cash, Larry.
Wow.
Okay.
Just to add more context, what they're talking about is a post that went viral, and it was a picture of a receipt that was left at a bodega by an immigrant. And this is what the post says. My friend was behind a Venezuelan woman at a store. The woman left her receipt. Look at this ish here. I can't get EBT and look at the cash balance. We let them tell us it's no help though. And if you
And again, for people who, again, I know that from my grandma and my mom and how the EBTs work. I know that's what is correct. And two, all you know is Venezuelan. Most bodegas in New York is basically Hispanic. So they speak the language you'll find out. So yes, they know. Most people go to the bodegas in Spanish. So yes.
If you look closely at the picture of the receipt, you'll see that the cash balance says there's $4,498 and the food stamp balance says there's $13,401.
What? Yeah. Man, look at, man, hell no.
Migrant, somebody that's not from this country. Now,
illegal immigrant. I ain't calling no migrant.
You are a veteran, and you've also served this country, correct?
Correct.
Now tell these fucking people, okay, after I just said they left a receipt with a $13,000 food stamp balance.
Wow.
Tell these people, as a veteran that served this country, right? Tell them how much food stamps you get in a month.
$23. $23.
20.
What? What the fuck?
3, not 2,300.
$23.
Not 230.
Wow.
How much you getting in food stamps a month? $23 versus a person that's not even from this fucking country versus a person that did not serve this fucking country. $13,000 they said it was on that receipt.
$23.
And this is why I'm always side-eyeing or suspicious when the Democratic Party says they want to take more tax money for welfare programs. As an American citizen,
we don't have a tax problem. We have a spending problem. Just like most of the households in this whole country, we spend more than we take in. We had $35 trillion, like I said. And you know what's funny? I know, again, the person who came at me and whatever will never watch the video, but again, I have 2 videos on my, you go to YouTube, Project Obama on YouTube or Spotify, on Spotify. I have 2 podcasts that says, I stated back in 2020 and 2000, maybe still was 2000, both 2020. I said, what would happen after Joe Biden got elected? Everything that I said, every single thing that I said became true. Everything. And again, I was off by one thing, which was I thought we would get up to $32 trillion from $20 trillion. Nope. We got to $35 trillion. And like I said before, we spent up to, in the first 3 months, the first quarter, we spent $1 trillion already. Ready.
Taxes! Beautiful, lovely taxes!
Thanks for taking my money, asshole.
About 50% of every dollar you make is already going to go to the government in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
When you get it, it's taxed before you even see it. Big Daddy Biden already got his money before you even get yours.
Yep.
Then when you spend it, it's taxed. The person that you spend it with, when they receive it, it's taxed. When they spend it, it's taxed. You got property taxes. You got taxes on gas. Heck, you get taxed when you die.
Yep.
So about 50% of every dollar you make is already going to go to the government. Why don't we already have these welfare programs? How much money, what percent of our dollar would you need to give us these welfare programs when we already give you 50% and you can't even take care of the veterans?
Exactly.
How can you demand more? What bank could I go to as a U.S. citizen and get a loan with the track record that the U.S. government has? You 32.
Any bank, because other countries' banks are crappy too. That's the problem.
$32 trillion in debt, and you telling me that you want
$35 trillion in debt.
More tax money? And you can't even spend the tax money that we give you, right?
Exactly.
That's just not even realistic, in my opinion.
He can find an opening.
And you fighting to get your what?
100
Your 100% from the VA.
from the VA.
He can't even get it.
Fight.
America, you should be a fucking ashamed of your
Fight for my
goddamn self.
100%.
You should be ashamed of yourself. See if Kamala gonna fix that.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Here this man
That's
is
messed
a
up.
veteran, okay? Fighting for his 100%. He done fought for this country, and he get $23 worth of food stamps every month.
Wow.
And then they done found a damn receipt of an immigrant, a migrant, getting $13,000 a month, Larry. Not every 5 months, not every year. A month.
Wow.
Is that not a slap in the face?
It's crazy.
Slap in the face. Well, that's sad. Fight for this country ain't even worth it.
Nope. It's not.
No.
You got it? Roll with it. It's fucking sad.
Common Sense 101. I got your big reason.
Okay, so here we go. She's the one who basically blew up most the receipts in the first place. So again, here's a question, and these are black people. These ain't no white folks saying this. These are black people saying this. Let's go.
Why you better not frickin' vote for Kamala Harris.
Oh, she mad.
She pissed.
This X post made me so mad I almost threw the damn phone across the room. I need a goody powder because I have a headache. Why is it this illegal alien, this so-called migrant from Venezuela, left a receipt at the cash register in one of the New York City bodegas? Hold up. I'm going to tell you. Why is it that this heifer, who has never put anything into this country, never worked in this country, never paid Social Security tax, never paid a property tax, never put into the IRS, never paid anything into anything, came here with her damn hand stuck out, came from shithole country, wherever the hell.
And I ain't mad at her for calling what she calling it now.
You from? This individual left the receipt where she had just bought some food at the bodega. Okay? Her food stamp balance, let me make sure I'm getting this right, on her EBT card, her taxpayer funded.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to clear it up.
EBT card. Her food stamp balance is $13,401.82.
Wow. Every time I hear it.
For 1 month.
It's crazy.
That's this individual's food stamp balance for 1 month. Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance after you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever. But somehow, this bitch who has literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm going to say it again. This bizatch who has never paid anything into this system is somehow worthy to get $13,401.82.
Now, before you go in, I'm not gonna say that too because my mom, my mom works. She works now, and she worked back. When she came to America, of course, so she's the Virgin Islands. She worked, and so she had, hurricane had messed up St. Thomas and stuff back in the 2017 and everything, and she was out of work for a while because of that, and got a job. Then of course COVID came, F that up. Got a job, whatever. But she went on food stamps because she wanted to do that, and I helped my mom with stuff down there so she could whatever. So, okay, I'm not a deadbeat son like Mika Brzezinski on MSNBC when she couldn't help her own mother, and she's a millionaire. She and her husband, both millionaires, got their own show, but couldn't help but used her own mother as a. That was just despicable. That's literally a.
You piece of loser.
That's what she was. Anyway, Anyway, she used to get a certain amount of money. Used to get. I think it's like she was like getting 4 or something. The same thing with my grandmother, but then they lost. They I didn't put it into the system. They don't get nothing. They went down. They went down. Hers dropped down from I think what 300 down to like 125 one time, and so people who pay in the system who should get it are not getting it, but these people are getting it. And I know about how the receipts work because again, my mom just left North Carolina to head back home, and she used her EBT cards because she could buy food up here cheaper than she could buy back in St. Thomas. Sadly, that's true. Pound of grapes is about $10 down there and stuff, and more crap, whatever. And so I bought her a cooler and said, "Hey, here's a cooler. I'll pay for the shipping and everything on the plane and everything. Put the food in and so she bought chicken, she bought chicken breast, she bought bread, she bought all kind of stuff to carry on the case cheaper. And she used her EBT card, and I see the balance that she had left back. So I know about that part, about how the card works. I never been on it, but I know how the card works.
To add insult to injury, they're not just giving these migrants EBT cards. Some of these migrants are getting to stay in luxury hotels, 5-star hotels.
The city is renting some 5,000 rooms at a swanky hotel just one block from Times Square with spectacular views of the iconic skyline. Rooms cost up to $700 per night. Oh, there's also a top-of-the-line fitness center on the 3rd floor. Officials are keeping the cost of all of this under wraps, but a similar package to house the homeless during the early days of the pandemic came at a $300 million tab.
Wow.
How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
My dad has worked his entire life. He's 60 years old. He's worked his entire life, and he's never spent the night in a 5-star hotel. But these migrants are staying in 5-star hotels that cost $700 a night for months. And this is on the taxpayer dollar. Those hotels are still getting paid their $700 a night. It's just of your money.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's madness. And not only are they staying in these hotels for $700 a night, but the people at the hotels are having issues because supposedly they're wasting food.
A massive waste of food paid for by the public, as one would expect from a sanctuary city like New York. So how is this happening? We're talking bags of food tossed into the garbage.
This in a city where lots of people could use that food. Here's Seven on Your Side investigative reporter Kristen Thorne.
This is insane. What? This is fresh.
What the fuck?
This is good food. This is bags and bags of food being thrown away.
Workers at the Row Hotel.
Again, ABC News, not Fox, for people who keep on thinking, oh, I use all sense of media, okay? Bull crap.
On Midtown say it's a nearly everyday.
Look at that. Look at all that. These are wrapped up sandwiches they're throwing away. Wrapped up sandwiches. Give it to the homeless. Give it they don't want it because they say it's not. Oh, and I told this to my wife and I was laughing because they're like, well, it's not culturally appropriate for our food. Man, I wish I had that. I don't, yeah.
Motherfucker. That don't even make no goddamn sense.
You came from another country, which is a shithole country. You move over here. Look what Maduro is doing in Venezuela right now. He lost the election. Oh, wait. That's an insurrection down there. You want an insurrection? You talk about January 6th? Go down to Venezuela right now. That's a true insurrection down there. He lost it by 80% of the votes. He lost it. And he ain't nobody, he ain't getting away from that shit. But you left that country, come to America because you don't want that. And then you throw away food that people giving you for free?
You serious?
You gotta be kidding me. You went to another country. This is why I have the problem. And France is learning this the hard way, and UK's learning this the hard way, and Scotland's learning this the hard way. Because I could play the video of this black man. Should I play it? Should I show it? This is what. Okay. I got to. I just cannot. I got to do this because the whole point is infuriating. I don't want to do infuriating all the time. That's what I'm trying to say. Every third Thursday, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something different and more. You know. Well, I apologize for that. That you ain't gotta worry about stuff like this. But I gotta find this. I gotta find this. I gotta find this because people, so you can see, cultures does not mix. It doesn't. It doesn't. That's why I care about people. Oh, this for no, it doesn't mix. Right now, you want to know why the reason the riots was bad now, but you want to know why the riots are even worse now? Let me see if we can find. There it is. Let me show you. Let me show you why they're bad now. Because people need to understand this, and this is what you need to understand. And it's happening in New York and California and Chicago as well too, the crime rate as well too. Here's why it's bad.
Across the country, as the enough is enough protests marched after a Taylor Swift dance class is attacked, where 10 were slashed, including 3 kids losing their lives. But this sparked a counter-protest of who they are calling the Muslim Patrol. So as hotels that allegedly held migrants were being smashed, the local police attempted to gain control of the British protesters, even beating them with batons. But then the counter-protesters also began beating the British citizens in the streets, including incidents that we can't even see on here. There's an awful lot to unpack as to why they're protesting, how their government seems to only come down on one particular side.
Yeah, the British side, the British citizens, they're coming down on the illegal migrants.
As if they're genuinely afraid of the other, and most importantly, how their media is actively trying to hide the attacks on its citizens. As the incident that prompted the protests was over this guy, with his face conveniently blurred out by the media, 18 days shy of his 18th birthday, going into a dance class to slash several kids in a horrific attack, where 3 girls aged 6, 7, and 9 tragically lost their lives. But the Daily Mail rushed
a quiet schoolboy who started at a West End musical to make friends
in to classify the attacker as a quiet schoolboy from a West End musical, headlining an image of him when he was a kid himself, with Sky News using an even younger looking image of him.
What the fuck?
And this is why people need to also, those people with the guns too, with the stupid gun laws. London don't got a gun law. This
You piece of loser.
Went into a dance club and took a knife and slashed several dance girls, and 3 of them died. Nah, deport your ass. Now that's a deportable defense. But again, nah, lock his ass up and keep him in jail forever. You did 3 killings to 3 little kids who didn't do nothing to you. What is wrong with you people? Literally, what is wrong with you people? That's why the rise is going on right now. And the police, the governor, the new thing, prime minister, who's a
you piece of loser.
It's coming out of the British citizens who say, "Whoa, this is getting a little crazy." Now they should not go to the hotels to start trouble, but they're figuring out our cultures do not clash. Do not blend. It clashes. So get them the F out and let British be British. Make it Magba, make British England Brit again, something like that. It's just stupid. Anyway, let's keep on going. Again, as they throw away good food.
Occurrence.
We throw away food that is perfectly fine.
The 1,300-room hotel is being used exclusively as a shelter for migrants, some of whom are seeking asylum.
This is completely sad. This is a waste. We wasted a lot of food. We got homeless in New York City.
Felipe Rodriguez works in the housekeeping department at the hotel and told us about the food being thrown out.
Bagels.
Look at that. Look at that. It's still wrapped up. They're throwing them away.
Waste.
He says this is the delivery the city makes to the hotel every day, 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Fruit, water, and sandwiches are also available on every floor. Rodriguez says workers have spoken with hotel management about the amount of food being thrown out.
We have complained rigorously about the waste of food.
This housekeeping attendant, who did not want to be identified, says she throws out food all the time.
Boxes of apples, boxes of bananas. They throw out the sandwiches as well.
We asked the city repeatedly how much it spends every day supplying food to migrants at the Row. They didn't get back to us.
Illegals.
With an answer.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. Top hotel prices in New York, all on the tax dollar. It's crazy. But again, my dad, who worked his entire life, he doesn't get any of these luxuries. They'll kick his door down, take his dog and his Batman toothbrush if he don't pay his money in taxes. But these people are benefiting from taxes. They're trying to give them rights to vote.
Exactly.
They trying to give them rights to vote without having to register for the draft. It's insane. It's insanity.
Cash balance is $4,498.85. Fuck! I really do need a goodie powder. That's just one. That's one of them. That's one of them. New York has hundreds of thousands of these foreign nationals roaming around.
Your phone case.
Which is correct. Same thing with Chicago.
Why does she have $13,000 in food stamps? I'm mystified. I mean, veterans are literally sleeping on the freaking streets.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
With maybe $100, $200 a month in food stamps.
Yeah, mentally ill people.
And they fought in wars to protect this country.
Yep.
They don't get $13,000 a month in food stamps.
Nope.
And they don't get $4,498 a month in cash.
No, they don't.
I'm looking at it. Just I can't even believe this is real. This is actually real. Senior citizens have to go back to work.
Right.
After working for 70 years.
Yeah.
In their 80s, they have to work to greet at Walmart or Costco because they can't stop working. They don't have enough money with this so-called Inflation Reduction Act.
Which was a piece of crap because again, as Tripp would say, if you read, you'd have figured out, I read that damn bill. None of that thing in there made sense to reduce inflation. It basically carried it up. That's why we have $35 trillion in debt. Okay, and because since Biden took it over, we have done about 25% in inflation. Because people don't understand. They're like, oh, inflation is down to 4%. Inflation is not a moving scale. It's a compound. Please go back. I have 4 videos about Econ 101. Learn about Econ 101, which we need to be back in the school. It need to be back in the schools.
And the extremely high inflation, thanks to Biden-Harris.
Yes.
Yeah, what people have to understand, and I've noticed that, there's a lot of people, when you see those older folks working at like Walmart and stuff, they're doing that out of necessity. They're going back to work because they have to. They've saved money for retirement, but due to inflation, that money is worth less. That's what people have to understand. Not only are you paying your tax dollars to this type of stuff, but when they have to print out more money, it's also a type of tax.
Yeah.
Because not only does it make everything more expensive in the future, but it also makes it so that every dollar you work hard to save is worth less.
Yeah, and don't forget, I played a video before. Biden and Kamala Harris, whatever, because I was like to do. When I go to her rally, you listen to her rally, she's like, day one, I'm going to reduce this. Chick, you are in charge right now. What's stopping you? You are the vice president. Biden ain't running jack squat. We know that. You can do something. You ain't doing it. So miss me with the bull crap. Okay? Miss me with that nonsense. And and also their economic advisor, he doesn't know how the US Mint works. I played a video of it. And what is his degree? Is his degree in finance? Did he work for the banks? No. His bachelor's degree is in art. He's an art major.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that?
His thing is an art major. He ain't no shit from Shinola when it comes to financials. What the hell?
So it's kind of stealing from both ends. So yeah, you see a lot of these older people that got to go back to work, and this problem is only going to get worse because we have a declining birth rate.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money.
Exactly.
We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money, 40 years, in tax, in the market, and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it.
You're gonna vote for this shit to continue? Oh my God, don't talk to me. If you even, I mean, the identity politics aside, Kamala Harris has an open checkbook. She has an endless credit card on your tax dime. And she does not buy cheap things. She can buy whatever she wants. She can drive whatever she wants. She can live wherever she wants because she has the money, thanks to you and your tax donations. And of course, the big donors, foreign and domestic, probably mostly foreign, but whatever.
True.
$13,000. This Venezuelan migrant gets $13,000 a month in food stamps. Another 4,400. That's just a balance. That means it started higher than that.
Yeah.
So this individual had even more than that, than what I just mentioned. In what world is this allowed?
This world.
I am seeing videos in Venezuela where she just came here from, where there are hundreds of thousands of people taking to the streets because of the rigged you-know-what that just took place, where Nicolas Maduro does not want to leave power.
Exactly.
So he's just like the Katie Hobbs of Venezuela is just sitting there like, nope, I ain't leaving. Even though exit polls show that the other candidate won clearly based on what the people want.
Yep. Like I said, that's his true insurrection, but nobody want to talk that. And not that he don't want to leave, he's sticking his military people on the people.
You
Trump
can make
didn't
a
do
machine.
that. As y'all goes, you can say what you want. He didn't do that. He didn't stick no military people. He didn't stick the army on his people. He didn't do that. That's an insurrection. That right there is what you should be thinking. But people are so stupid with that nonsense now.
You can say anything you want when you program it.
Yeah, and this is where a lot of people start to get real black-pilled. And I've noticed a lot more people are becoming aware of the corruption in the U.S., and mostly it's because things are becoming so much more expensive that people have to become aware. They can't afford the bullshit that used to distract them anymore, so people kind of got to pay attention. And this is something that's very black-pilling for the American people. People are starting to understand that if in Venezuela, they can tamper with the election, and if America has a history of tampering with other countries' elections, why wouldn't they tamper with their own? People are starting to believe in more conspiracy theories because our government seems so incompetent that they have to be doing something behind closed doors.
Yep.
The things that are happening are so far-fetched, seem so far out of our imagination that we have to believe that there's something malicious going on because it's just so incompetent. That's how incompetent America has become.
But what do the people want? Do you really want this? Do you really want 4 more years of this? Because it will get worse.
Yeah, it will.
They're going to be buying these people homes, like flat out, and just giving it to them. BlackRock, Vanguard, they'll just continue to buy up homes and rent them out. And Harris will just give government subsidies to these migrants so that they can have homes while you figure out where you're going to live because they have priced you out.
Yeah, and you got to pay for the other people's houses.
But these migrants have government subsidies for the rest of their pathetic existence on your tax dollars. Oh my God. $13,000 a month in food stamps. Another $5,000 or so a month in cash to a Venezuelan migrant who just got here. And you want to vote for Harris? Damn.
You can hear the frustration in her voice, and I think
I said go RFK or don't vote. But like I said, I ain't gonna
I think she's just reflecting the frustration that a lot of Americans have.
Yep.
They want to ask for more tax dollars in this next election. The Democrats want more tax dollars, but it's like, why would I give the government more tax dollars when y'all $32 trillion in debt? If I go to a bank and I want some money, are they going to give me a loan if I'm $32 trillion in debt? I don't think so. So why do our government, who's bad at spending our money, think that they can just ask us for more money when they bad at spending our money? It doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense to me. Who told you that we wanted to give our tax dollars to migrants? We ain't getting no health care. We ain't getting no help. So why are we giving our tax dollars to migrants and other countries for war? But again, this is what they want to do. I think it's just direct civil unrest. I think that what's going on right now just seems to be so negligent that it has to be on purpose. Something's going on. I don't know what it is, but it's something big. I think we're looking at just general civil unrest. I think somebody wants the world to be chaos so that they can come in and sell everybody the safety. Oh, we can make everything better as long as you just give us a little bit more of your freedom. That's where it looked like it's going, because I couldn't see it going anywhere else. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or an L, and give me the HBO special. That's our Brother House special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content.
Yep. Shout out to POM Podcast. But again, that's what it is. So how it works out for people. But let's leave. I want to leave you this. So funny how Google works this shit. So I put a migrant. You got the migrant come up. All right. I got a dictionary definition automatically. I put in illegal immigrants. The definition came up? No. I had to put in the illegal migrants definition. Let me show you again. Illegal immigrant. They just have the Washington. You see a definition come up? No. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to change the words of stuff like that. That's why I don't like it. It comes over here in the Wikipedia, but the other one, that one didn't come with Wikipedia, it came with that. So migrant, a person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work or better living conditions. I got nothing against that. If you want to do that, do it legally. That's my thing. illegal immigration, because I say immigrant. I didn't say immigration, I say immigrant. Foreign-born people that legally admitted into. Wait, hold up. See, it's illegal migrants. I say illegal. I never said. See the bull crap? You see what the hell they're putting up? Legal migrants of a foreign-born people legally admitted into the United States and undocumented immigrants who are called illegal. No. You changing the definition. Legal migrants from foreign-born people legally admitted? No. They're illegally called illegal aliens. They're foreign-born people who do not pass valid visa immigration. Wow, look how they do that. Look how they do the definition. Abstract. Illegal migrants is arrival to people from a country into another country without entering any vehicle. That right there is more better. That's what it is. And again, a migrant, a lot of these people coming over who killing, raping, doing horrible stuff and everything like that, that's bad. Even the own department saying that they stopped doing DNA tests on kids coming over because, of course, they do the DNA test on the kids. They find out the people who came with the kids, 80% by Amnesty International. The kids are not the true kids. They are somebody that just put together so they can get into the country. So we're doing basically legal drug trafficking and sex trafficking and everything else the way we're doing stuff right now. So miss me with the nonsense, okay? Really. All right. So with that said, again, I'll put it out there. Look, my usual 3 things to tell you: take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your neighbors, and take care of your that's the best way to get a better community, okay? Of course, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, sex, nationality, illegal immigrant, non-immigrant, whatever, religion, makes no difference, gender. Evil's evil, and I'm not down with evil no matter what it is. I'm with good people no matter what it is too. So you could be Japanese and you're good, you could be black and you're good, you could be white and you're good, I'm with you. But if you're evil in those cases, no. And last but not least, again, you know I always say this, catch us next time on another episode of Project Mike. But my last thing is always, people are stupid, individuals smart. Be that smart individual, all right? As Chip's saying, yes, 81 million votes. I don't believe that in all or whatever. But thank you guys for giving me your time, your ears, and everything to listen to what I say. We got up to about 41,559 people. Thank y'all again. Check out all the places that we do, all right? And check us out and catch us back here again, okay? Go to Project Over Mike on YouTube and also Spotify and Rumble if you want to get back podcasts that we talked about, all right? Peace out. Have a good night. Be safe, and we'll catch you next time.